Okay, so we have the Kentucky State University shooting, leaving one dead, one hurt, and a suspect in custody. Says the police. Well, actually, it says officials say. Whenever I see this, officials say, I'm like, okay, that's what they say happened, right? That's what they say. So technically they're not lying, So all this information in the article, so the officials say, but is it the whole story? Right? But is it the whole story? Like, you're not lying about what you say, but is that the whole story leading to this incident? That's just a question I have. Maybe the motives as well. And, the shooting happened around 3 p.m. They say it was an isolated incident. Scott Tracy, assistant chief of police for Frankfort, that's where Frankfort, Kentucky, that's where the university, Kansas State University, is located. An isolated incident, and this was Tuesday evening. Tracy said police swiftly responded to the shooting. There are no active safety concerns on campus at this time, he said. Authorities haven't publicly addressed a motive. There is a suspect that was booked into jail. That's Jacob Lee Bard, first-degree assault charges in connection with the shooting. Bard is from Evansville, Indiana, which is about 150 miles west of Frankfort. You see him right there. He was not listed in online county court records, and jail records did not name an attorney for him. The public defender's office and prosecutor's office did not immediately respond to requests for information on who can comment on his behalf or whether he has an attorney. Who really is this guy? It could be some kind of AI image. We can't deny that possibility that more than likely we have been deceived by stories in the mainstream in the past. I don't think we can deny that. They kind of show us the ability of AI. You don't even have to seek this stuff out. They show us, if you're scrolling on any kind of social media platform, you see AI in action, right? It's a deceiving tool, and it causes a lot of confusion. So, and if this is a real person, we don't know who the person really is affiliated with, right? We don't know if he's, on the side of some kind of authority, figures that may be creating all this chaos, and then they cause a division by letting us know that it's just somebody who walks amongst us, right? We don't know, but they're saying this is the guy right here. Let's see if we learn a little bit more from a couple of these news videos, and then I'm going to come with some connections that I caught that are interesting.
Breaking news, we're following reports of a shooting at Kentucky State University in Frankfort. CBS News correspondent Tom Hansen is following the very latest developments for us. Tom, what do you know?
Hey there, Liz. Well, I want to pull up a statement from the Frankfort Police Department that we just saw, officials confirm one person is deceased, one person has been transported to the hospital in stable but critical condition. A suspect remains in custody. Now, this follows reports of that shooting coming in around 3:35 that the Frankfort Police Department responded to an incident on KSU's campus. KSU is a relatively small institution, about 2,000 students there. It's an HBCU, historically black college. And we are learning more. We're monitoring the feeds, the dispatch audio that we've seen that say that they believe the shooting might have happened at the Young building, which is on campus on the opposite side of Main Street, East Main. And I have a map of the campus.
Look at this right here. So if I have to edit this out because you can't hear it, I got to leave this in here. They say a historically black campus. Look how it says by the numbers right there. 1,100 acre campus. You see that right there? 1,100 acre campus. KSU, Kansas State University. Do you see how 1,100 is like 11? And they say historically black campus. Black equals 11. 1,100 anchor. I keep saying anchor. 1,100 acre campus, KSU, historically black, and now there's a racial element as well. And I'm noticing another number in here that connects to what I already put together. Okay, look at black 11. They said it was the Young building, I believe. And this is just kind of on the fly right here, so I'm just kind of entering this stuff. Let's put KSU as well. Okay, but I want to go back on that 1,100 acre campus when black equals 11, right? So I'm going to go back and attempt to play the rest of this now.
And I have a map of the campus here if you want to pull it up for us. You can see this is Kentucky State University. This is East Main, where my mouse is right there. And where that home icon is, that is the residence hall that they are referring to there. Now, we have not independently confirmed that yet with authorities, but that is from the dispatch audio, which is verified. So, of course, this is a very fluid situation right now, one that we are waiting for more information to come in about. We do have local crews on the ground.
Does it say 106 right there when black equals 106? Let's go. Let's see if we can get that thing on the bottom removed. Right.
Residence hall.
Where is it? Look, that looks like a 106 right there. And black equals 106 as well. Man, so is it just going to be blocked? But it's obvious to me that that looks like a 106. Man, I don't know how to... Where's the part where that wasn't there? Let's see. Well, we can assume that that just says 106. I was wanting to see what it was referring to. Right there, 106 acre research farm, and black also equals 106.
Some of what we're seeing from the local crews who are covering this.
Oh, yeah, 1 killed, 1 injured. 1 killed, 1 injured. I couldn't even wait to show you the slide when we hit with the historically black college, black equaling 11, with the 100 plus acres or whatever it said. Right? What did it say? I can't even remember. It said 111 or whatever, like 11. But anyways, black 106, 1 killed, 1 injured, black equals 11.
Ground there. I want to pull up some of what we're seeing. Just to recap here, 1 person has died, 1 person has been transported to a hospital in critical but stable condition, and of course that suspect is in custody, Liz. And we are learning...
Right? I mean, What are the odds of all of that? Even before we really get started here, what are the chances of all of that? And those numbers, and it even says by the numbers right there, which is interesting, huh? I don't know why I'm having such a difficult time finding that, but look, Kentucky equals 110, like 11. And it's murder and first degree assault charges. One dead, one hurt. So this college is located in Frankfort, Kentucky. Frankfort has 109 like shooting, 46 like shot. You know what else equals 46? Another S word, sacrifice equals 46. I'm not even seeing any details here. It says right there 19-year-old killed in Kentucky State shooting. You see that? And 109 is like 19. Chaos equals 19. It's kind of vague here with some of the details from the article. Very vague. We're on Thursday now, so this was Tuesday. The shooting was the second in 4 months in the same area of the university. Someone fired multiple shots near the same residence hall in August, striking two people that the university said weren't students. Right? But we have even this person in the comments over here under the article, why don't you just tell us the reason for the shooting? This was not a hate, whatever, right? This is an incomplete story. Obviously, I guess it was fresh, but are we going to get some kind of follow up, and when? But look how, all of this Indiana stuff I mentioned on Larry Bird's birthday, it's popping up trending. You can probably say that, okay, you could probably find something trending with every state, but this stuff is popping up at the top without even searching it, and it's all Indiana related. Okay, this stuff is just all synced up. When you get Indiana, Larry Bird's birthday was a few days ago, December 7th, and he was born in Indiana, right? He played college ball. Was it Indiana State or something like that? And then after his pro career with Boston, he went on to coach the Indiana Pacers. So we just had his birthday. He's a big character connected to Indiana, right? So when it's easy to see with Larry Bird that it's his birthday. And then Daniel Jones gets injured. Top trending story pops up, top trending. Quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts. At the same time, Indiana football team is trending as they are number one in the rankings. Now we get this shooter from Indiana, and the shooting is in Kentucky. Look at his last name, Bard. It's like bird. It's got the A instead of the I. Even his middle name, I'm assuming Lee, L like Larry. Do you want to deny that? You can't deny that. This stuff is with the language. These are manufactured articles. Is the events all 100% true? Maybe. Is someone out there causing this tragedy to happen by the numbers? Or is it just a story with actors, putting on a show? That's what my question is, and that's why I'm here doing this. Bard and Bird? What would be the chances of that? Kentucky equals 29. Kentucky founded in 92. This shooting on 129, 129, December 9th. 2 days after Larry Bird's birthday. And didn't I catch a 29 earlier? Black equals 29. Historically black college. Remember, one dead, one hurt, 11. Black 11. And remember the acre, they said they had like 106-acre farm or whatever it said earlier in the news. Remember, we saw the 106, and then was it 111 or 101, which was like 11, another one, right? We went over that earlier. So what are the odds of all of that, right? And then we hit on another 29. We hit on the black thing. This isn't the first time 29 and 92 has popped up recently either. Look at the acceptance rate at KSU, 92.6%. Another 92, 29 connection. You know what? I don't think I pointed it out, but notice here how this is connecting to the Seattle Mariners baseball decode I just did. Josh Naylor got a big contract. Look at his last birthday, left 192 days in the year. 192. You get that 9229 again. Look at the last Kentucky story that I broke down right here. 12 dead after engine fell off UPS plane that crashed and exploded in Kentucky. I covered that story. Look, 9229. Amazon. You see that right there? Look at that right there. What? So, look at that. Amazon. It was like an Amazon shipments. I did a couple of articles on that. A couple of stories, excuse me. There was the UPS to cut 20,000 jobs you see right there. This isn't a video of mine from a month ago. And in that video with UPS, I point out this other UPS story, right? And how now this is connected to Kentucky. So you see one of those stories, UPS plane that crashed in Kentucky, and then I point out the UPS job cuts right there connected to Amazon. But notice in one of those stories, look, Amazon 92 and 29, Parcels 29, United Parcel Service 209 and 92, right? 209 is like 29. Check that out. And now we get another Kentucky story, and again, 129, 129. At the same time, we get the 2992 hitting in these other stories. And remember, you flip that 6 over with that birthday month, you get a 9. So again, that's like 922. Seattle, this guy trending, Seattle has the S like shooting. S like sacrifice, remember? So you see that was a $92.5 million contract trending for first baseman Josh Naylor. Shout out to Richard West pointing out that Taylor Swift's birthday is in a couple of days. Taylor like Naylor. Put the T where the N is. Taylor. And you see he had 92 RBIs, 295 average. You get the 29.92.
We want to go into some breaking news that we are following out in Kentucky. This is coming from the Frankfort Police Department and the Emergency Services, saying that the Frankfort Police Department responded to an incident on KSU's campus, that's Kentucky State University campus, Tuesday afternoon regarding an active aggressor. Frankfort Police Department, in partnership with KSU Campus Police and the Franklin County Sheriff's Office, have secured the campus and have a suspect in custody. At this time, KSU campus is on lockdown until further notice. The department and university will provide more details as they become available.
Notice how this video is 1:27 long down in the bottom left. Larry Bird's birthday, 127.
And here was the first alert that we received on this. It came from the governor, Andy Beshear, saying that we are aware of a reported shooting at Kentucky State University in Frankfort. At this time, we are aware of.
Man, if somebody is making this stuff really happen with all these victims and everything, what a disgusting world we live in, huh? Right? I mean, it's kind of disgusting either way. And again, here's that video I did from a month ago. I'm just kind of scanning it. Wow, look, UPS equals 11, and there was originally 11 dead. You see that? This video from a month ago. Kentucky connection. Look how that was connected to 9/11. 11 dead, UPS 11. Isn't that amazing? The two buildings that look like an 11 on the 11th day. So you can't deny that. You cannot deny that, people out there. Man, that's amazing. Wow, huh? Okay, so that's incredible. I'm glad I went back to look at that video, man. This stuff connected to Larry Bird. How come they don't release any footage of anything? Don't say it's for our safety when you can just go scroll on any social media and you get the most disgusting stuff in reels just put right in front of your face. Don't say it's for our safety. Look at Larry Bird's last season. Just over 20 points, over 9 rebounds. That's like 29. You see that? Damn, man. You know, and we get this guy. Don't even know if it's a real guy. Like, look at that photo. Can that photo be any better? We're in the year 25, right? You know, look, you can't get a better photo? Give me a break, man. Isn't that ridiculous? It's for your safety. The footage is graphic. Dude, really? God. Okay. So we'll see, you know, maybe in a few weeks they'll give us some more information. I don't know. Maybe there is footage out there. But I don't know. Isn't that wild? It says video from WLKY TV in Louisville show multiple police vehicles outside. Okay, but what about the crime itself? Oh, we can't release that footage. It's too graphic for our viewers out. Dude, give me a break. Create a YouTube account or just go on there anonymously. Look at all the graphic, inappropriate stuff pops up in your feed. Come on, man. Completely disgusting. Man, that 11 connection, you know, so we get this another like low-key racially charged story. And I'm not causing division when I say that. I'm just saying this is what these people are doing to us. They want us to hate our neighbor as we get manipulated and deceived by these news stories. They just keep the ball rolling, don't they? It's our jobs to not fall for it, okay? So we do not want to fall for this, no matter who you are, okay? Don't fall for this nonsense. You even get 46 numerology on the shooting. Remember, shot equals 46, sacrifice 46, Frankfort 46, where this university is located. Okay? Shooting at KSU leaves 1 dead, 1 hurt, and a suspect in custody, says the officials. Until next time.